Here we go, day 6. I got a bunch done yesterday. My camera died, I didn't have the charger, but when you see the progress of the motor, it's unbelievable. I can't wait to show you. So this thing's starting to look super sick. I'm super happy with the way it came out. Can't wait to get it in the car. I got the manifold in the other day. I ended up getting a Spot turbo manifold. It's actually a bottom mount, but when I did one of these years ago, probably in the early 2000s, I mounted it with it on top, and I didn't even know it was upside down when I did it. So I just found out a week ago that they don't sell a top mount manifold like this. I told the guy that I did the car for, hey, I just found out that all those years ago that I did your car, I mounted the manifold upside down. It works out. The only thing is it can fit under the rain tray right now, but I'm gonna actually take it out because I want the room. I think it will look better. The first thing I'm gonna check is the vent here, because this one has an AC unit. So I don't want this big box up there if this is gonna be cut out. So I have to make sure there's not a secondary hole that I'll have to fill. So I can't remember on these things. It's been so long since I had a Rabbit, but let me vacuum this out and then we'll see what's in there. All right, so I got this all vacuumed out up here. I'm gonna cut this out. I don't care if I have to fill something. There's a big mouse nuts in there. I'm just over it. I don't wanna turn this thing on and have to deal with mice floating around. So I'm gonna drop the whole AC unit, clean it all out and start from scratch, because I am gonna daily drive this for a while. So let me start ripping it out and see what we got. Who would fucking design this thing to be covered with seam sealer with Phillips screws so you can't get it out ever again? And this is why it had to come out. How do you get this out without taking the whole AC unit out? That's what happens when the car's sitting in a field for 10 years. You gotta take it apart. And of course they make it impossible to do. Let me vacuum this out. There's no going back now. I already threw this away. Time to make cupcakes out of dog. First thing I'm gonna do is take a very rough cut with a Sawzall. And then I'll go out and drill the spot welds a little and rock it back and forth, sand it, and then just lightly skim coat it after I do the welding. All right, so we're walking on day 7. It's been a grind. I wish I had more time, but let's see how far we got. So as you can see, we got a lot of the welding done on the engine bay. That's pretty much gonna take the most time. Once that's all body work, the outside is not terrible. So I'm just gonna hit a couple dingers in it, and then we're gonna stuff this thing and shoot it. One thing that we're gonna do today that I hate, this thing has a single wiper, and the wiper is offset. It drives me insane. It has a Scirocco 1 wiper assembly, but it's offset. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna keep it in the center. I would put it back to dual wipers, but they cut it out. So I am gonna fix this today. The first thing we're gonna do before anything, so we're gonna measure out the center of this to get the center of the windshield before we cut anything, just so we know. That's the center line. On the older versions, like the Mark II single wiper that Bonrath used to do, they used to have an offset wiper that would bolt on the side. Problem is that I'm not gonna make a wiper that's offset 2 3/4 inches. That would just look dumb. So the next thing is I'm gonna cut this out, sand it, get all the rust off of it, and then transfer the size onto this version, cut this out and swap pieces. So let's see what we get. The easiest way to do this, people mark it I find tape. The marker you may grind it off. At least this way you can see what you're doing. Then when you transfer it, I normally scribe it. It has to be perfect because I'm gonna match this piece to this piece. So it won't be that big of a deal. The only thing I will say is give yourself a little space where the wiper goes in. It's easier to make this flat than it is to make the bend again. It will look nicer, so it's a little pointer. You want to check and make sure that you're close. That's 2 inches. That's 2 inches. Just by feel, I'm under a 16. So the other thing you're gonna want to stay from is this edge. So you gotta kind of split the difference, because if you go down to here, it's gonna make it warp. Where if you can leave this bend, it's gonna make your piece straighter. All right. We got both holes cut. As you can see, that's how far off it was. Some people, it may not bother me, it drives me crazy. If you're gonna have one wiper, have it in the center. The center came out good. You just gotta do a quick sanding on it and do a skim coat on it, and that will be perfect. This side is a little different. They welded this, but only tacked it and panel bond the rest. So because they didn't prep it correctly, the water got underneath, rusted everything, and the panel bond lifted. Not very good of a way to do it. But this one's a little harder because this is curved. So if I bent in the brake, it wouldn't be correct, it'd be straight. Now there's a couple ways I could do this. I could 3D print something and put it in my press and press it. I could make a buck and sand it to the same contour, bolt it down to the buck and beat it to it. But what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a piece that's flat with this curve and then make a small piece that matches it, tack it, weld it outside the car, finish it outside the car, and then weld it in. Because realistically, I'm not trying to make this thing a show car. I'm just trying to make this thing a driver and look cool. That's what I'm gonna do. I have a piece cut out and I'm gonna get it fit and get it tacked in. I got a plate. I'm gonna measure it by just putting it in here, marking it. If I sand up to the line, that is the actual hole. These marks are the curve. So I'm gonna make a light curve out of tape, and then I'll have that piece off. We got this piece all tack welded in. It's not finished tack welded, and nor did I grind it all the way. I just wanted to get welds off of it. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mark a line right along here that matches this. Then I will come back with the air grinder, cut this off, and then I'll put a piece, and what I'll do is I'll gently curve the piece so it fits this bend. Tack it on the top, tack it on the bottom. I may TIG weld this on this part of it, just so I can smooth out the weld and not have to do a lot of grinding in there. I think I can get a better edge with doing it that way. But let me see, I may change my mind as I'm going. So let me cut this off. We got our piece cut. It's got the little bit of the arc for the rain tray. The only thing I'm gonna do is put a light little bend on it. I got it ground close. I'm just gonna hit it with a file right now, but it came out pretty nice. There's a little bit of a low spot. I might hammer it out, but honestly, for what this thing is, it's 100 times better than what was on this car. But you can see, as I take a close-up, the curve, how it came out nice, and just cutting that piece, it matches the way the body line is. I did end up MIGging this line and just ground it. I didn't think it was that big of a deal to take it. Let me show you how it looks before I file it. I always try to file the edge and get it so it's worked, because I don't want to put any filler on the edge, or very little. So if something hits it, it's the strongest. You don't have a Bondo chip or something like that. So I'm just gonna skim this to fill all the pinholes. I'll sand it, and then this will be done. I didn't get a closing shot for this last video. I've been going crazy with work. I'm gonna leave you a little teaser of something else I got started at my house. Make sure you like and comment and subscribe. Leave any comment you want. I suck. Tell me how to change and make myself better. Thank you. Thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing. Hey, it's alive.